We just thought it would be nice to sort of clear things up, because life is supposed to be fun for you. You're supposed to be having a good time on this never-ending journey of expansion. That's sort of a downer to a lot of humans. This never-ending journey. You got to be kidding me. And if a never-ending journey bothers you, then what we said about you is really true. You're putting too much credence in your action and not enough attention to your vibration. And so you're tired on your journeys instead of buoyed by them, you see. When you go with the flow, when you catch the spirit of the energy in motion, and you learn to tend to your vibrational resistance, which is the thing that slows the stream, slows the flow. When you get just those things clear in your mind, and you get better at slowing negative momentum and better at encouraging positive momentum, then you feel eager about life. Then all things feel possible. Then nothing ever worries you. When you start focusing upon the laws of the universe, and you start noticing that they are consistent, and then you develop your own patterns of applying the laws of the universe, you begin noticing your own vibrational point of attraction. You begin contouring deliberately your own frequency. You begin thinking about what you're thinking about deliberately. You begin choosing the frequency of it before you apply too much thought to it. You notice the frequency of your vibration. We know vibration is a boring topic, but it's everything. You notice the frequency of your vibration before you allow law of attraction to provide more momentum to it. So you begin to gain more and more control from the early stages of your point of attraction. You don't wait for something to occur and then examine it after it has occurred, after the momentum has become so huge that you have no creative control over the momentum. You control the momentum early on, and you let the laws of the universe show you how helpful they can be to you. Then you begin to not just have faith in a trusting way that things will turn out the way you want them to, but you begin to have absolute knowledge in the laws, and trusting at first and then knowledge in your ability to apply the vibrational frequency that you mean to apply. Nothing is more exhilarating than to decide that you want something, know that you don't have it yet, but believe that it is coming in time, because you know what to do between now and its manifestation in order to bring it along. That's what deliberate creating is. You know that you are vibrational. It's helpful if you know that, because then these words frequency and vibration don't freak you out. If you could make peace with the fact that you are vibrational and start to enjoy the vibrational expansion and not care so much about the right now manifestation, but you could take pleasure in the vibrational expansion, then you'd be home free. The reason that you want the manifestation is because we can't think of a good reason, can you? Well, you like the manifestation because it is the fullest realization of your vibrational alignment. So we understand why the having of it, the being of it, the doing of it is meaningful to you. And you are here in these beautiful manifested bodies in this wonderful manifested world. And so there must be a reason for manifestation. We just want to help you to discover that the path to manifesting, to having the flesh, blood, and boning part of your physical world, the tactile, sensual, physical part of your world, we want you to understand that the path to it is vibrational. The path to it is sensual. The path to it is emotional. It's not through action. So we know that words don't teach. Strange that we offer so many. And we know that you can only hear what you're vibrationally up to speed with. But it is our knowing that a whole lot of you are vibrationally up to speed with this conversation that we're having right now. There is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. We just want your heart to sing in the identification of it. Because when you are joyously identifying something that you desire, that means that you are vibrationally in the vicinity of it. And that means the fulfillment of it in terms of seeing it and hearing it and smelling it and tasting it and touching it is going to be way fun for you. When we say to you, you're not ever going to get it done, does it make you feel tired? Or does it make you feel eager? Jerry and Esther had a friend years ago who would say to people who were complaining about being tired, don't worry, honey, you can rest in heaven. And Esther would think, I really don't think that's right. I don't get the sense that that's what's going on in that non-physical realm. I think there's a whole lot of eagerness going. When you strike the right vibrational pose with yourself, you are then the receiver, the allower of that non-physical eagerness that you have already rallied because of what you've got going on in your vortex, you see. We are eager. Feel the depth of that word. To visit with you about anything that matters to you. Prepare yourself for conversation that's going to take you into a new place. And get ready to be the owner of your desire. And then the happy observer of wonderful things just lining up. You see, when you get this, and you are, and when you practice it, and you will, and then manifestations come on the heels of your deliberate turning of your phrases and thinking of your thoughts, then you'll feel that hands in the clay thing. And then you will begin to feel invincible. You will feel the same invincibility that you felt when you made the decision to come into this physical body to begin with. You'll see this time-space reality as the platform to inspire you to the specifics of your individual and important desires. But there will be no doubt within you about your worthiness or about your ability or about your capability or about the harmonious cooperation of the universe who is behind you and working with you 24/7. That means all the time. Best conversation we've had so far about deliberate creation. And best conversation we've had so far, and by conversation we mean it because we're getting the feedback from you as we move along. Best conversation we've had so far about what allowing is. Best conversation we've had so far about what the vortex really is. Best conversation we've had so far about what contrast provides for you. And best conversation we've had so far about how you stand eternally in a place of evolution. And since that is true, it's time for you to stop taking negative score about where you stand, because where you stand is perfect. And friends, there is nothing that you cannot be or do or have. You just have to identify it. So how often do you say, I'd like to have that, I would like to have that, but... And what are the valid, by your perspective, reasons for the alternate thought that you are inserting? But I don't have time. As you argue for your limitations, or as you point out in further defensiveness that it isn't done yet, that's the thing you're doing that's practicing the vibration that's slowing the momentum, you see. If you can just get that one little piece, if you can just understand that when you focus on anything and feel anything less than eagerness, satisfaction, love, when you feel less than passion, when you feel less than that feeling of well-being, when you feel something that's on that negative end of the emotional scale that feels like worry or jealousy or anger, when you feel depressed or fearful, when you feel those negative emotions, it always means you're focused in opposition. Not to us. We don't get to choose what you want. Not to God. God is not choosing for you what you want. When you feel negative emotion, you are in opposition to your own created version of you see. And you can't get there under those conditions. So you've got to do something to soften the vibrational frequency, which just simply means It's annoying for you to hear it because you can't do it, but we're going to tell you anyway. But this, you can't do it. You just have to stop thinking about that thing you're thinking about that is keeping you from what you want. But the reason you can't do it is because when you're thinking about that thing that you're thinking about that's keeping you from what you want, law of attraction is helping you to keep thinking about it. Because you've got an active vibration going on. And law of attraction says, you don't like that. How about this? You're not going to like it either, but here you go. Here you go. You say, just like my mother. Law of attraction is not punishing you. Law of attraction is supporting you with the evidence of your vibrational frequency. So that's why we say it's really helpful for you to find some neutral zone. If you can do something to distract yourself from whatever it is that has that unwanted active vibration. We don't want to get too carried away with that. We think you have the understanding of that. But let's begin with this simple premise. The frequency, the vibrational frequency of a question is different than the frequency of the answer. The frequency of the problem is different than the frequency of the solution. So, of course, you're going to uncover problems and questions. That's the whole point of sifting through contrast. It's necessary for expansion. But what we would like to encourage you to do is not get so carried away in your justification of the reason for the solution. You just don't have to explain it to anybody. Knowing that you want it is enough. If this time-space reality has the wherewithal to produce within you clarity of desire, it is our absolute promise to you that it has the wherewithal to give you the actualization of that desire. No exceptions ever. No exceptions ever. If you can want it, you can have it. But you've got to achieve the frequency of what you want. You can't be sad about not having enough money and let the money flow because you're blocking it. So step one says you gotta want it. You gotta focus upon it. And contrast causes you to do that all day, every day. Step two says what is asked is given every single time. But here's the part of that you don't like. It's given to you in vibrational form. And you say, well, whoop-de-doo. I can't spend that. I can't vacation with that. And we say, but you have to accept that it is given to you in vibrational form, and then you've got to figure out somehow, some way to become a vibrational match to that vibrational frequency. And when you do, so here's the story we like to explain to you. You are here in your physical body after having come from non-physical. The non-physical part of you still remains non-physically focused. You sift through the contrast. You're lovely and very good at it. And as you focus in your life, you give birth to all kinds of new intentions, which we all revel in because the expansion of the universe is all about that. So you're launching all of these rockets of desire that are being held in this vibrational reality. We've been calling it your vortex. It's this spinning reality that law of attraction is holding together. And all cooperative components are being assembled about everything that you want. The question is, when are you going to be a cooperative component to your own intentions? And the answer to that is as soon as you stop complaining, as soon as you stop missing it, as soon as you stop having conversations about what's going wrong, as soon as you stop joining those blogs or those television programs that are beating the drum of what's gone wrong all the time. It's all right to do that a little bit because it causes expansion in your society and in you as an individual. But when you spend so many hours active in the vibration of unwanted, you prevent the solution that has already been rounded up by law of attraction in your vortex. You prevent that solution from revealing itself to you, better said, from you being in a position where you can receive the revelation, the realization, the actualization of that. So step one is you ask. Step two is source answers. Step three is you got to line up with it. So we've been calling that the art of allowing. And it is an art, friend. You have to practice it. It's something that will be with you always. This alignment with source, this alignment with what you want. It's not like your college diploma where once you've got it, you've got it. It isn't like that. It either is or it isn't in the moment. And you can tell by the way you feel how you're doing with that, you see. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. You are really good at what you do. You are really good at what you do. Just have more fun in the doing of it. Don't make big changes in what's going on in your life experience. Just decide to tweak it just a little bit into more fun. And watch the leverage of the energy that creates worlds flow to your fingertips, you see. It's really your